Welcome back to another video. Today, let's talk about the PlayStation Portal. If you've been watching my channel for the last week or so, you saw that I did pick up the PlayStation Portal. I did an unboxing, and I just really wanted to see what this thing was all about. I know it's a remote play device. I mean, that's essentially what it boils down to. It allows you to do remote play, which is something you've been able to do now for a very long time, but you're getting it on this dedicated PlayStation device. And obviously the main attraction for this is going to be the full DualSense controllers that you're getting access to attached to a relatively large screen, and it's just seamless connection with the PS5. So I've been using it now for a few days now since I did pick it up, and I think I have a pretty good grasp as to what I think about this device. And I'm going to go over kind of my impressions slash review and just my overall thoughts of the PlayStation Portal. If you remember when they announced this, a lot of people were looking negatively upon it. Like, what's the point of this? And I can't say that I've come away from using this with a very positive experience. I'll go over starting off with some positive stuff here, with the things that I do like about the PlayStation Portal. The controllers. I mean, like, to me, that is the main draw of this, having the full DualSense controllers on here, that you don't have to carry something with you as well to attach to your phone, or carry an extra controller with you to sync it to your tablet or something like that. It's all just on here ready to go, and it gives you that full experience that you would get playing just the console versions of the PS5, just the full console when you're sitting back on your couch, with the haptics, the adaptive triggers, and the full controller size. The only slight difference with the controllers is the thumbsticks are a bit smaller, but it doesn't really make a difference. It feels great, and you can be pretty precise when you have a good connection. The other thing I like here is the screen itself. It is an LCD screen. That part was a bit disappointing. I wish they would have gone with an OLED, especially with the price point that they are selling this at. But the LCD screen itself is very clear, and when you're getting that full 1080p 60 frames per second on this, which is the max output, the games look great. So the screen is good, but I definitely would have wished they had the OLED, because we've seen with the Switch and now with the Steam Deck coming out, that huge difference of the colors popping when you have an OLED versus the LCD screen. The final thing that I really do like about this is it just works. It just works. You pick it up, you turn it on, and you're into your PS5. As soon as the connection hits, you're into your PS5, and there's no real fiddling around with it. One thing, of course, you can do remote play on your phone, but you have to attach controllers, and that's just an extra smaller step. A lot of people probably won't care at all, but it is an extra step that it doesn't have to be done with this. Or if you're having to sync up a controller to a tablet or something, another extra step, where this you don't worry about. You just pick it up and you are playing your PS5. So those are the things I really like about it. I think the design of this feels great. It's comfortable. My hands had no cramping. So there's a lot of positives in that sense. Now, to get what I disliked about it, and then kind of what I really think about this at the end of the day, what I disliked mainly about this is there are a lot of connectivity issues. There just were. I know people are going to say, oh, it's your internet. Oh, if you have this internet or that internet or whatever. But they're selling this, and they're trying to get people to, just a broad appeal here for people to have another device onto the PlayStation 5, and reach more people to join the PlayStation ecosystem. You shouldn't be having to think so hard about your internet connection here. If you have a decent internet connection where everything else in your house is running fine, you're probably picking this up expecting, hey, this is going to be fine. Remote play is going to work. If you've been using remote play previously and it's been okay, you're thinking this is going to work. I don't know what it is, but I had actually some pretty bad connections with this. Lots of artifacting with the graphics, lots of lagging, and I could have been as more stress was on the network. I'm not like a technical guru when it comes to this, but I did notice when I first opened this device and I started using it, it was actually working pretty good. It was fine. And then a couple hours later, the next day, the day after that, as my internet was being used more at the same time as I was using this, you really start to feel some issues with it. And it's just unrealistic to expect to have a perfect internet connection to be able to use this. It kind of makes it, at the end of the day, sort of useless. People are going to want to pick this up and play it when they want to play it. If somebody's streaming a video on the TV where their PS5 is, they're going to want to pick this thing up and play it. And if that's causing any issues with the overall stability of their internet or whatever, then this thing kind of is useless. The other thing, again, is just the use cases of this. I mean, you can go and you can take this outside and connect to a hotspot and it will work. I had like not great experience with a lag and stuff, so I would never actually do that. You can go and try to connect to a public Wi-Fi and it will work. The one major caveat of that, which is absolutely absurd that they still haven't added a web browser to something like this, is that you have to have a web browser to connect to a lot of open Wi-Fi's, local Wi-Fi's, Wi-Fi's at hotels, restaurants, anything like that, because there is that browser that pops up when you connect for you to confirm to enter onto their Wi-Fi. And this does not support a browser. It even says it doesn't support a browser and it won't connect. So the Wi-Fi in the public that you connect to can't have that browser pop up. That's the only way you're going to be able to use this with those different Wi-Fi's, which is a huge drawback. Like, what's the point of that? Now, I will argue, I do not believe that PlayStation designed this to leave the house whatsoever. This is strictly to stay in your home. I know people are going out testing it and they're saying, "Oh, look, my somebody's playing it off their phone in a hotspot. Somebody's playing it in the car. Someone's playing it, whatever." Right? It is absolutely not designed for that. You can tell just by that whole thing with that public Wi-Fi. And the reality is, if you are using your phone to hotspot to this to play, it's kind of stupid because you could literally just be doing the exact same thing on your phone, which is using your remote play. So it's kind of redundant to have this when you're outside of your home. If you are using your mobile hotspot, it's kind of redundant as well to just have this if you're in your home. But I can understand this just being a nice accessory to pick up and play because it just works, like I said, instead of having to use your phone and then taking up your phone from doing other things like messaging your friends, listening to Spotify and anything, right? This will take care of that. So I can get the use case in your home. But other than that, I mean, the reality of the situation is my PlayStation 5, and I feel like a lot of people would be like this, is that if your PlayStation 5 is set up in an area where you are generally able to sit back and play it, it's on a big screen TV, maybe you have it in your monitor, and you have access to it. Most of the time that you want to play, you'll probably not use this very much. And then if you have any connectivity issues, it kind of instantly kills your desire to want to pick this thing up and use it instead of just waiting for your PS5 to be available. So I don't see very many use cases for this. I'll be honest. It just kind of seems like a waste because it literally is just a remote play. The other major drawback about this is the audio. These speakers are not that great. They're okay, but they're nothing special. But headset wise, you cannot connect just any Bluetooth headset to this. You have to get the specific PlayStation earbuds that they are releasing. As one of the buttons on here is the connect button, but only for the PlayStation earbuds. You can't get your own Bluetooth headset. I have a Bluetooth headset. I can't use it on this. You can get your own wired headset, but most people nowadays don't want to have a wired connection for their audio. Most people are using Bluetooth. So another crazy thing, this proprietary tech that they're throwing into here, which I think is going to be a major drawback for a lot of people. And a lot of people may not even realize that that is a thing until they pick this thing up and purchase it, unless they do some deep dive into trying to discover everything about the PlayStation Portal. So to me, it's not a great device. I'll be honest. Like the tech and everything, it's the nice controller, the screen, that part's good. The comfortability is good, but overall, it's a useless for me personally, and I think it will be not used that much, even for people that go out and buy it. They may use it in the first weeks, and then they're going to see it collecting a lot of dust. I don't know. That's just kind of my hypothesis as to what's going to happen with this. And for the price tag of $200, I don't think it is worth that $200 price tag. What I'm doing is I've realized since I'm not going to be using it very much, I'm probably going to end up returning the device, but I just did want to pick it up and try it itself. So that's my thoughts on the PlayStation Portal. Another remote play device. It doesn't even have cloud support yet. Hopefully it will get that. I think if it does open up and have cloud support, that will make this thing significantly better. It will make it much more useful and it will appeal to a lot more people. But until that hits right now, I don't really suggest at all checking out the PlayStation Portal. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. We'll be right back.